this?
This is an $800,000 crunch wrap. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Gray here. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about the 3 areas of your budget that are keeping you poor. I know you're going to go to the comments here and say, no, I work hard for my money, Grayson. You don't understand. I've had a long day at work. I can Doordash if I want to Doordash. And yes, you can. But I really need you to understand the actual cost of what you're doing. I really hate seeing people waste their money on things that really don't make sense when they're giving up their actual financial future. Look, if you're doing everything where you're investing your 10 or 15% or 20%, you're saving, you're living below your means, and you want to Doordash Chick-fil-A, I could not care less. If you're in debt or you're not investing or you're giving up your financial independence, your future, so that you can have a number 7 from Taco Bell, it should not cost you $34 to Doordash a number 7, 2.2 miles up the road. I've been a Doordash driver before. I see people quite literally Doordashing an $8 meal up the road, and then I can see their total was like $30 or something stupid. After all the fees, all the service charges, all the taxes, the delivery, the tip, they also raise the prices on these delivery apps. Because I don't know if you got this, DoorDash has to make money. I don't want there to be anyone in the comments that thinks you cannot have luxuries, you cannot enjoy your money, you cannot do things that you want to do with your money. If you're hitting the proper financial goals, you can do whatever you want. And so if that's something that's important to you, where convenience, food delivery, and the ease of eating, that is something you want to enjoy, do it. I'm just some guy on the internet. I can't tell you what to do. But what I will say is at least be conscious of the cost. And hey, let's be honest. I struggle with a lot of these myself. I struggle with eating out. I struggle with just going and getting food because it's convenient. That's how I know that these things are going to be hard in your budget. I struggle with them too. It's perfectly normal when you're making a budget to not be able to perfectly follow that budget to a T. The issues then come in is when you're not actually trying to follow your budget, when you're just spending and you have no idea where it's going. Because if you don't know where your money's going, it's going to wander off from you. So let's go ahead and hop into the video. Number 1, impulse purchases. We all know the feeling of seeing something at checkout while we're walking away. We're going up, we're putting the items on the line, and when we start grabbing a Coke, we grab a little treat, little candy bar, little chips. But even if it's not the little things at checkout, it could be you see, a new iPad or a new Apple Watch or the new iPhone comes out, things like that. We have a lot of impulse purchases where we just kind of buy it because we can. So we have to learn how to recognize so that we can control these impulse purchases. A good rule is that if I have, let's say, a big impulse purchase, something that I see online and I'm like, I have to get that. The DJI Mini 2.0 drone with the extended battery pack. Yeah, that's $513. I could justify it in my mind. I'm going to use it on these YouTube videos, even though I haven't used a drone shot in almost 3 months. I need it for business. So I put it in my cart. And the way I control myself from not using these impulse purchases and not just spending money willy-nilly is I just leave it in my cart for a week. And if I do actually have the money, I'll still have it in a week. After a week, if I still want it, I can genuinely get it. However, if after a week, I don't even remember what I put in my cart, I can just delete it. And in a way, I saved $513. I saw a thing I wanted. It's $500. I didn't buy it. So I made $500. That's not actually how money works, but that's how you combat it, is you either leave time to genuinely consider, is this something you actually need? Or you create enough margin in your shopping budget where when you pick up little things like that, you learn to recognize when it is actually conscious spending and when it's actually just impulse spending. Eventually, you'll be able to just set things down, leave them, come back later and realize you didn't need it. Which brings me to the third struggle, and that's ignoring a budget. I see a lot of financial YouTubers, apparently now it's like a trend to say, oh, you don't need a budget, you shouldn't budget, budget's for nerds. And while I kind of get it, some people that they're just not number people, or they are and they just don't want to be that enveloped in their finances. If you can find a process that works for you, I want you to do it. I just want you to have success with money. It doesn't have to be my way. It doesn't have to be Dave Ramsey, Ramit Sethi, Caleb Hamer. As long as it's not Robert Kiyosaki, I am fine. That was a joke, by the way. In my opinion, if you don't have a budget, you're kind of flying blind. You have no idea where your money's going, and without tracking your spending, it is incredibly easy to just overspend. And then you're just gonna wonder, where did my money go? A great way to do this is called a zero-based budget, where you go in and you give each dollar that comes in that month a job, whether that's paying off debt, investing it, saving it, spending it on your needs, your wants, food, whatever it might be. If each dollar has a job, it's not going to just wander off. And especially if you keep track of it through the month with an app like Rocket Money or Every Dollar, or you have your own spreadsheet, you can accurately determine, is this something like I can actually spend on? If you have an eating out budget of $250 a month and you get to September 22nd and you've spent $240 and you want a $13 meal, you know, okay, I can't get the meal, it's still my money, but I'm gonna have to pull at least $3 from somewhere else in order to afford this. Or you can say, I'm not gonna spend it, and then I'm gonna have $10 left over that can go towards saving or investing or another category in my budget. And then that brings me to point number 3, the title and thumbnail of this video: Doordashing, meal service, and delivery services. I went ahead and I just kind of Googled how much do people spend on delivery services. Now, this does constitute a few things. This is DoorDash, this is Waiter, anything that delivers. According to USA Today, the average American is spending $407 a month on deliveries. Most of that is probably Amazon. But for the sake of this example, I want to imagine it's just DoorDash. The average American is spending $407. $407 invested for 35 years, we'll say 8% rate of return, is $170,940 of contributions. That will make you, over that 35 years, $701.85 in interest, to a whopping total of $872,025. Dude, is that Crunchwrap worth it? No. You mean to tell me that if I just invest the difference, I could have $1 million, or give or take, after about 30 to 40 years? Some people, that is just very big picture. Why in the world would I want to put money into something that I have to wait like 40 years? And that's going to be the difference between people who actually have money and who don't have money. But if you want to be the person who is the millionaire in the future, you have to be willing to sacrifice now to actually get there. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please comment down below what I should talk about next. And hey, if you're new here, consider subscribing. We really appreciate it. It takes a lot to make these videos, and it's free. So if you ever change your mind, you can unsubscribe later. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Adios.